Hey everybody, real quick, I just had to make a video because the Lord convicted me this morning and told me that I needed to get the things facts straight on the last video. So the last video that I put up, I was talking about mistakes that I've made and how we all make mistakes. But I mentioned the example of how I've moved to different places during my 20s, and how when I got back home, because it didn't really kind of work out, how I was just like, I didn't actually tie it together. So God was like, girl, 360. And he put that in my mind today. I was like, 360. Like, he was like, tell them exactly why that was, and where the actual full circle comes in. So here it is. When I moved around, I didn't really exactly know why. I know I had it in my heart, and it looked like crazy. Like, it looked like, okay, she's back, like it didn't work out, whatever, and that was that. But actually what he told me today was really the fact that I was able to move to Virginia by myself, like really not knowing anybody, with my kids. And I know a lot of people during that time, and even till today, they're like, oh my God, how did you do that? Like, you just moved to a different place, you didn't even know what, much people, technically, and how did you do it? And in my mind, I was like, I mean, I hear it, like I hear that it sounds crazy, but like me being the person that did that, just it was kind of like, okay, I had to do it, survivor mode, something like that. But God told me that basically throughout my life, when I was moving, he was preparing me. The moves that I made, even though they didn't make sense at the time, maybe it was a preparation of what really needs to happen today, or where I am today. All of my, like, when I came to Virginia is where I've really done a lot of growth. I've done a lot of self-reflection. It's kind of like my previous video about where the seed is put in the dirt, and it's basically isolated in the dark, alone, but it's growing little by little. And that's what God ultimately did with me in Virginia. So when people wonder, how did you do that? There was little uh, instances in my life that he prepared me for, and it made sense now why I've done what I've done. So like I said, in the seed, when I came to Virginia, I was in an isolated time of my life where he took me out of where I was and put me in Virginia to now simmer with everything. And I know when I came here, I got the push of like, figure out your purpose. What's your purpose? What's your purpose? And I know that was the Holy Spirit now retroactively looking at it, but I definitely started to do different things to figure out what was my purpose, because I've always asked myself that, and I never felt like I got a clear answer. So I was always kind of lost of what my purpose was. And he really did put it in my heart to start to share. So I think this is my purpose now, because I feel like, okay, God, you put me through different things, and this just cannot be by, I want to give you the glory, God. There's no reason why I could have made it here without his hand in all of this. So yeah, this morning, he was like, girl, you better tell them why you made all those moves and all that thing, and why I made that happen for you. So in a time where I didn't have a way out, I didn't see a way out of a bad situation, I know that I didn't have, there was no light at the end of the tunnel back before I came to Virginia. I just couldn't figure, I just was like, I'm stuck. There's no way that I can get out of this. This is just what my life is going to be. And I kept praying to him, like help me, because I really don't know. But then at some point, I felt like he wasn't listening to me. So I was like, okay, God, I see that you don't really care about me, and I may be talking to somebody that doesn't even exist, to be honest with you. That thought crossed my mind. And after that is where things started to shift, and a path was made where there was actually no path ever possible. So that got me here to Virginia. But that push of that, like, I need to move, I need to go, that came from a muscle that was being built without my knowledge in my life prior. And it finally hit where I really needed to get out, and I was prepared, I was ready. So when people ask you, how'd you get here, like, or how did you do it? It was really like I was already ready without even knowing, because God does that. And I'm telling you guys, and this is just a word of encouragement, when things don't make sense to you, you don't know why things are happening in your life and they don't look good. um there's like little failures in life that we chalk it up to failure, or like, hey, that didn't work out. Like I said in my previous video, there is a purpose to everything. So I really want to make that like 360 and tie it all together, where God's hand is in everything that you do, even when it doesn't look good or you feel like he's not there. He's there. He's there. You just have to trust him and believe for it. Like right now, like sometimes I feel like there's different things that happen that I'm like, what is going on? Like, it's actually like against, it looks like the situation is against me, or things are like not working out for me. But I have shifted so hard now that I know that God has his hand in everything, that I'm like, I don't know what's going on, God, but you are definitely working, and I trust that you got this. Because even if something is falling apart, that you don't want to, that you don't know what you would do if it does fall apart, I now know that, okay, God, you got something better for me, because this is out of my control. When things are out of your control, dudes, dudes, that's hilarious. Um, you can't control it, and you have to understand that there is God up here, that he has control of everything. So you cannot control everything in life. When it feels like you're losing control, just give it to God. Because, and trust, kind of almost like ride the wave. Because if you trust in God, he has such a higher purpose for you, that you need to actually let him do some work. Some people actually fight against his will and fight hard and stress out, think that they have to do something to control things that think that they have any control over some situations. And sometimes it's like, no, God will show you that he's really trying to maybe break things apart to make other things come together that he has, that are way better, that are more than you can ever imagine. I hope this made sense to people, because I needed to do that. God told me to. So I hope you guys have a great, great, great Wednesday. I hope everybody has a blessed week. And please look for God in everything that you do, and in every situation that you might be stressed about. Try to find his hand in all of it, because he's there.